Hello everybody and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Red. So in the last episode we worked on this spawner that we have back here, and obviously it did not work properly because we want to spawn wither skeletons, not regular skeletons. Well, let's fix that in this episode. As you can see, I made an identical room right next to it. However, I've already run some pipe work. I have, the redstone conduit ran. I have power and I have pressurized fluid conduit ran. I have item ducts ran, conduit ran rather. So yeah, I have everything ran and set up for what we're going to do this episode. Have our nice little entranceway here, which we will clean up a little bit later. And cleared this up back here so that we have room for what we're going to do. Also made a resonant portable ender tank that will come in play here very shortly with what we're going to do. So first things first, we are going to need a new type of killing apparatus, for lack of a better term. So let's get us a grinder from Mine Factory Reloaded. Now to make the grinder, it's just going to take some plastic sheets, golden sword, piston, one of these factory machine blocks, which we already know how to make, and a book. All fairly simple. I made a lot of that stuff off camera. So let's go ahead and we will grab, say, 4 of these. Excellent. We're going to want more of those, so I made up extras. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to come right down here, and we will put these right here in these 4 holes that I have set up here, and hit a major lag spike for no reason. So let's place these down, and we will come in here and we'll grab our precision sledgehammer and flip these all the way around here so that they are facing inward. There we go. So now if we take a look with our precision sledgehammer, we can see that all corners of the room are being covered by our grinders. And then what we can do is we can actually pop in here real quick. Come on. There we go. And get stuck because there's a hole in the floor. So we'll just do one of these numbers real quick. And we're also going to want our Yeta wrench. Let's grab that. Now if you hold shift and left click, it will bring up the interface for everything that is connected to a block, which is really kind of nice. So for our item duct, we are going to want to extract, and we are going to want that active without signal. Same way with our pressurized fluid conduit, we're going to want it on extract, active without signal, power, doesn't matter, in and out, that's all good. So that's set to go. Let's go ahead and drop down into Ender Mini form, just so we can get over here to the other side. We're going to set this up the same way. So shift left click, there we go, extract, active without redstone, and that looks good there. Now we can come back out here and we can close this all up. There we go, and let's get out of Ender Mini mode because we don't need that anymore. Because here we can just pop these out real quick like, there we go. And we'll do the same thing here, active without signal, extract, active without signal. Just throw some cobble back up in there, and our bricks. Same thing over here. There we go, extract, always active. Or actually, yeah, always active. It really doesn't matter, active without signal or always active. It really doesn't too much matter. But because I want it to be uniform across the board, I'll just come back in here real quick and just switch these real quick to always active. There we go. So they're not getting power. That's interesting. They should be getting power. Let's come back in here. We'll set this there. Always active. Always active. Close that up. And the same thing with this one. Always active. And always active. And you are not getting power. Why are you guys not getting power? Well, this is interesting, because I did run the power. Got it all completely run. And it is hooked up over here. So it comes down here. Well, let's go back into Ender Mini form real quick. Drop down here and we'll run the line real quick. Okay, so that is going over there. We'll just kind of make us some extra room to run here. There we go. Everything is hooked up there. So well, those are connected. It's connected there, but looks like I forgot to run power line over there. So let us go and get some power conduit. Up, there we go. Random hole is random. So we'll just kind of fill that in. Just make sure it looks good. Let's fall down another hole. Why not? See, all of that looks good. Yeah, we just need to run it out to here. That's not a problem. So let's go grab our power conduit. It's really hard to do that in Ender Mini form, but we'll make do. Conduit, there we go. Grab a bit of that. We'll come back. And we will see if we can drop down here. I doubt it though. Ish. Oh, we're also... Wow. You know what? I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to go and I am going to grab every bit of conduit that we have, just because we are actually missing some spots that have conduit, or that need conduit rather. Let's come back down here, and that would have been no good. So we need a insulated redstone conduit there. There we go. That finishes that connection. Don't really want to do this, but don't have much of a choice. So that goes off in that direction, which is fine, because that comes over to this direction. Okay, and the power comes over to here, and over to here. Let's see, it is connected there. Interesting. Why do we not have power? Because none of these have power at all. And that is not good. That is ultimately no bueno. Let's fix our hole there. Go ahead and go back into standard form. let's check our... Oh, we've got power coming out there. Go over here and check our farms. If we've got power. We do not have power running through. Out here, Enderman. Okay, so something happened. Must be outside with our power relay, with our power system. So let's go check the grid. Let's grab any MV table that we have. Yep, we got some, but we don't have any more MV connectors. That's fine. We'll fix that if we have to. Random sapling is random. So we are outputting. I'm betting that right there is going to be our issue. We are not outputting enough power. Because this is going to be, yeah, the medium voltage. And see, it's wanting to run. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We are drawing too much power off from this wire. Or from this conduit, rather. Well, that's fine. That's an easy fix. Part of it also is probably going to be that our AE system. So let's go ahead and we will pick all of that up. There we go. We're just going to replace it right here with the heavier duty stuff. There we go. We will place our connector. Come on. Not there. Get off there. Right there. And we will grab a wire, right click there. Come over here and right click there. Alright, now let's see if these internal buffers are filling up. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what the problem was. We were pulling too much power for that conduit to handle. And so now if we come back in here, we should be good to go. Let us go ahead and just get rid of this sapling because we've got plenty of spruce saplings. We're swimming in them. We can put this other conduit in here. As well as our wiring we don't need. We'll drop off the gravel. So let's come out here now and take a look, and we should see that all of these grinders are on. Yeah, there we go. That's on, that's on, that's on, and that's on. Awesome. Well, now we need something else. We need... Basically, right now we can get away with just a regular chest, but we'll probably upgrade this chest in the very near future, probably all the way up to diamond, because we're going to put this here, and this is going to be the output for everything, both of these spawners. So this is actually going to be insert on the green, and now what we can do, we can take a piece of dirt, we'll get a door on here in a moment. We can turn that on and we can start spawning skeletons, which is all well and good. Well, the bonus is that the grinders will automatically kill these skeletons. Cool, right? And we're just doing this with power, because that's a powered spawner. They're just, you know, spawning. They're giving us good stuff, you know, some bones, some Minitio essence, which we haven't got into yet, some random bows, some arrows, which we don't really need. But that's not the important part. The important part is what they're giving us back here. Those grinders are giving us mob essence. That is what we were looking for. Because with this mob essence, that is what we are going to use. So, for a little bit of power right now, we are generating mob essence and junk, for lack of a better term. We're gathering junk. We really don't need these bows or anything like that. Not a big deal. So let's go ahead and turn off this spawner. Let them, you know, die out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We will put the dirt back up here, though. Just in case, I always like to err on the side of caution. And those grinders can run 24/7. That's not a big deal. You know, those will be running all the time. Eventually, what will happen is this entire spawning area here will turn into an automatic mob spawner, where we do not have to provide any power to it. It will just spawn enemies, and it will kill them, collect their goodies, and we'll be good to go. You know, we will be swimming in mob essence, which doesn't sound the most pleasant, but trust me, it's amazing. So yeah, let's go ahead and figure out a way to use that mob essence that we just created. Well, there's another machine that we can get from Mine Factory Reloaded, which is called the spawner. If I can spell it, there it is. The auto spawner. To make the auto spawner, we just need some plastic sheets, a little bit of sugar, a couple of emeralds, another factory machine block, nether wart, magma cream, sugar, you know, very basic stuff. We've got all that. Let's grab ourselves the auto spawner. Awesome. We're also going to need 4 more grinders. Grinder sounds amazing right now. I'm kind of hungry, but that's neither here nor there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 grinders. Looks like my math was perfect on making most of the items that we needed. Hello, Ender Mini. You're gonna die. Thank you. As well as you. We can always use more Ender Pearls. So, we are going to do the same thing here. We're going to just break out these 4 pieces of cobblestone that I set here just as markers. And first and foremost, let's put our grinders in right there, right there. You don't have to use the precision sledgehammer. I just like to do it because that it actually shows the grind area, or the area of effect for any MFR machine. But you can use any standard wrench, Buildcraft wrench, the Yeta wrench, the Crescent hammer. Doesn't matter. Any of them will flip these around, rotate them. It's just that the precision sledgehammer will, again, show you the range with which you're working. And with these, we will just put these down so that we don't have to worry about spinning them. Alright, so first things first, we need to come in here, and now we've got 4 tabs because we have 4 lines connected with them. So yes, we want this on extract items, always active. We want it extract fluids, always active. Redstone signal is going to be a strong signal, and we'll leave it on the red color, and in and out is fine. We're not going to do anything with the power, that's fine. So let's set up the other 2, the other 3 rather, exactly identical, always active, extract, always active, strong signal, in and out on the red color. And we will do that. Let's see here. We're actually going to want to come back here again. And it is just power and items that are over here. So power and items are on the back side. So we can disable those connections here. So items is going to be disabled. Power is going to be disabled. There we go. And same here. It's going to be disabled. And power disabled. There we go. Alright, so now for this connection, we need extract fluids, always strong signal on the red. Extract fluids, oops. Always strong signal on the red. Back here, because there's two different connections here, we need to find out which connection we want to use. Well, we can either look at the north connection, which is here, or the south connection, which is here. We actually need to configure both. Actually, we already configured the north side because the south side wasn't here. So we just go to the south, extract, always active. And we could even, extract, always active. It's not going to harm anything. With the liquid, it is all going to the same place. If we really wanted to be clean about it and neat, we could disable that connection. It doesn't too much matter at this point. So we'll do the same thing here, south connection, extract, always active, extract, always active, power's fine. So there we go, these grinders are all set up. Well, we don't want these running all of the time because we can use this mob spawner for different things, different types of mobs. So why would we want to auto kill everything and get a low percentage drop rate on, say, wither skeleton skulls, when if we look at our sword that we have beheading 10 plus? Well, that sounds a heck of a lot better because that gives us a 100+ chance percent, or 100+% chance for a skull or a head to drop when we kill with our sword, versus the, I believe it's 0.2% chance of a head just to fall on its own. So, how are we going to deactivate these? Well, that's where the redstone signals come into play. So let's go grab us another block that we need, because I built this, a painting machine. Now the painting machine was really easy, and if we look it up here, we can see it's just some electrical steel. We've worked with that before. A machine chassis, 1 diamond, couple of pieces of nether quartz, and it creates the painting machine. Now what can we do with that? Well, if we come in here and we look, we have these conduit facades. Well, a conduit facade is just taking the conduit binder and, just like a chest, make a circle, and there you go. You get 1 conduit facade per 8 conduit binders. The conduit facades then can be placed inside of a painting machine and painted just about any brick that you want throughout Minecraft. So I picked the standard, cobblestone with the aligned cobblestone bricks, just like our walls and everything that we have going on. And when you put a facade in there, it will paint it to be that cobblestone. How awesome is that? Because then what we can do is we can come and grab a couple of sticks. Apparently I can't type today. And we will just take a little bit of cobblestone here. 1, 2, make us a couple of levers. And then what we will do down here is we can place our facades, or our single facade, because this is going to control the grinders, right there. Now on top of the facade we can place our lever. How cool is that? Yeah, with the Yeta wrench, we can see right through the facade and see the connection. So we'll shift left click it. We're going to do strong signal in and out, and that's good to go. Now, if we come in here and we check, remember we set these to active with signal. Okay? So if we come out here and we flip the switch, or active without signal, I'm sorry. Look at that. They have stopped working. They are completely froze up. And now, whatever we spawn in this room, the grinders will not kill because we have turned them off. Yeah, sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it? So, we've got this auto spawner. Well, we're going to put that right here in the middle of the room. He's going to quickly fill up with power and start working because, well, we haven't turned him off. Well, that's where this other line comes in. So let us come over here and we can, just place some of these facades down. We will place that, get our Yeta wrench, and we can, nope, strong signal. We can switch that. And now with redstone signal, he shuts off as well. How awesome is that? Now, we do have one other minor issue. We're not getting the stuff that we need down here. Well, that's easily fixed because all we have to do is we have to come back here. Remember, we were gathering that mob essence. Well, if we give this tank a whack with a wrench, it will quickly fill up this other pipe that we have down here. If we take a look, this pipe goes all the way down, and we'll go into Ender Mini form here. And run straight across. I'll pop a torch down here, just for kicks. And it feeds our auto spawner. Now if we take a look, yep, we are completely filled up on essence and everything else. Now, could I have done this different? Yes, I could. I could have tied everything in together and just used the tank as kind of an overflow, but I don't like doing that because remember, we are going to automate the process of turning on and off an auto spawner that is going to be completely free of power. So that's going to come up in a little bit later episode after we kill a couple of withers because we need something from the wither in order to make that. So right now what I did was I bypassed the auto spawner connection. Basically I brought the pressurized fluid conduit right up to the spawner here, and then I disabled the connection between this pipework and the pipework coming to the auto spawner. So this pipe back here that is empty, that actually goes to all 8 of our grinders that we have made, and that comes down this pipe right here. If it'll let me up there, come on. Really? You're gonna be that way? Okay, fine. We'll do it that way. And you're gonna be that way too, because that cross piece. There we go. And that comes all the way up here, and if we jump, this is the pipe that dumps into the top of this tank. So, with that, we can have complete and total control over our fluid. And we can see exactly how much fluid that we have because all of the grinders dump into this tank, and this tank acts as the buffer or the storage tank for all of our mob essence before it goes out to the auto spawner. Now, the reason why we also put fluid conduits on these is because every grinder, every time it kills, it will provide a little bit of essence so that we can use that to spawn more stuff. However, if it takes, say, 200 millibuckets of essence to spawn a skeleton, it's only going to give us maybe 20 or 30 essence in return, because it costs more essence to create the creature than it does to grind it down. Or the creature does not have as much essence in it as it takes to create it. So what can we do with this essence? Well, we've got a skeleton here. Now I made this safari net. It is almost identical to the soul vial that I made earlier in the previous episode. This takes 4 ender pearls and a ghast tear, and this will capture most everything. This is the reusable version. There are other versions that you can use, like a jailer version, which supposedly keeps entities from despawning, so that would be good for like a horse that you wanted to keep tied up and ride around, or maybe a chicken, so you constantly have eggs and feathers and stuff like that. I don't really use them all that much. I really haven't used them all that much, because anything that I want or need, I just usually make a regular reusable safari net, and I'll just spawn in the new stuff that I need. So, we've got this, we've got it all set up. Let's go ahead and we will pop our safari net in there with our skeleton. Let's go ahead and block this off and turn on our auto spawner, and let's see this baby in work. And it's going to take it a moment because it's got to go through that work cycle. Come on. Any day now. Okay. Well, something happened. Huh. Safari net got pulled out. Okay, so there's an issue with our wiring. Oh, that's not a big deal. Let's just kind of go ahead and pop this off here and there. I'll just jump down here real quick, break stuff, see what's going on. I'm betting it's, yep, extract with signal. When we flip the switch, it gives it a signal which causes it to extract. So what we're going to do is we're just going to completely disable the connection for the item conduit to the safari net. We could potentially later on use that to maybe automate the insert and retrieval of safari nets. We'll see if we get that far. So let's try it again. Let's put our safari net in, and everything's set up. We will come out here and we'll place some dirt so nothing can escape. Turn it on, and let's see what we got. There we go. Wait a minute. Regular skeleton. But Red, you said this will give us wither skeletons. Well, it will. The reason why it's not, we'll go ahead and test our grinders and turn those on, make sure it grinds those guys up properly and spits out their contents. There we go. Everybody's dead. Cool. Turn off the grinder. If you noticed in here we have spawn exact copy no. Well, we know that we have a wither skeleton in here because the health is at 20. If it was a regular skeleton, the health would only be 10. So, what if we do spawn exact copy yes? I can tell you right now, that's exactly what we need to do. Because once we turn that on, that is saying that, yes, the exact, it's basically spawn exactly what is trapped inside this safari net. And that's what it will do. It will give us exact copies of whatever is trapped inside of our safari net. So look at that wither skeleton. Come here, buddy. And because we used our beheading sword, there's another wither skeleton skull. And if we come over here and we look, we can see that we've probably used quite a bit of our juice. Oh yeah, look, we're completely empty. There's a little bit in the pipe going to the spawner, but that is why, you know, we have to have some other type of spawner in order to feed this auto spawner. So let's go ahead and close everything up here, make it look nice and pretty. We can put one there, there, and there. And look at that, voila. All of the wires are hidden. It's a nice room. I will work on getting a door on here off camera. So, in between episodes, we've got 3 stalls there. How awesome is that? We could go spawn a wither right now, but we're not completely ready for that. We don't know where we're going to spawn this wither at just yet. So, in the next episode, I will work on getting some more wither skeleton stalls, because we actually need to kill at least 2 withers for starters, and then we'll really start getting into some cool stuff. So I will work on that. I will work on getting some doors on our spawners here, and that way, you know, we don't have to worry about, you know, putting down this goofy looking piece of dirt or anything like that. It'll all be nice and safe. Probably make some more safari nets and go out and get some more stuff. Probably maybe an enderman or 2, even though we do have the cheat system here. That's nice for in case of emergency, or especially when we start getting into more heavy usage of our AE system, which is something I want to do as well, get into that and make it larger and get into auto crafting. So we still have a lot ahead of us here, guys, but I really want something from the wither, and we're going to need 2 of them to make what I really want to make. So stay tuned, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button and let me know that you liked it. Also, leave me a comment in the comments section letting me know what you liked about the episode, what you didn't like about the episode, any ideas that you have for any builds you'd like to see, any number of things. Just, you know, let me hear from you guys. And also, don't forget to hit that notification icon next to the subscription button so you can be notified when the new episodes come out. So take it easy, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. See ya.